Haze in the city, what's causing it and why it could be potentially dangerous for some.
Temperatures take a dive tonight. Wind chills in the single digits by morning.
And New York Live goes inside the Migrant Kitchen's new spot on the Upper East Side. Hey, this is News 4 Now for January 25th. I'm Kay Ingram. Now, many people woke up Tuesday morning wondering, what's that smell? Well, now we know what it is, and it started in Newark. A raging fire across the Hudson caused a haze that settled over the city. Officials said the smoke from the fire could cause some problems for folks with breathing problems. They asked that people stay indoors. It broke out around 8 p.m. Monday night at a recycling facility in Port Newark and burned well over 12 hours. It's still not clear what started it, but no one was hurt. The NYPD is mourning another member of the department after he was shot in Harlem Friday. The 5th NYPD officer shot this month alone, the second to lose his life. Wilbert Mora was shot while responding to a domestic violence call. His partner, Jason Rivera, was shot too, but didn't make it. A funeral for him will be held this Friday. The NYPD says they were shot by a stolen gun owned by Lashawn McNeil. He's suspected of shooting the officers in a gun battle. He died Monday. Mayor Eric Adams announced Tuesday a plan to combat violence. It includes bringing back the anti-gun unit, targeting 30 precincts where he says 80% of violence takes place.
The type of plainclothes anti-gun unit we're going to use, they're going to be real guardrails. Number one, everyone is going to keep their video cameras on. Too many officers were turning off their cameras when they had interactions with civilians. So we're going to have precision policing to target those areas of the 30 precincts, 80% of the violence in the city. Many of them are around our NYCHA facilities. The residents there are crying for help.
Mayor Adams wants to implement that anti-gun unit in the next 3 weeks. Public defenders in the city say it would reinstate a unit that they say targets minorities. New York Attorney General Letitia James is appealing the decision that struck down New York's mask mandate. A state Supreme Court judge ruled against the mandate Monday, saying the State Department of Health did not have the legal authority to put the requirement in the first place. Despite the ruling, the State Department of Education told schools they must continue to follow the mandate. But some school districts on Long Island are now telling students that masks are optional. The dog run at McCarran Park in Williamsburg, Brooklyn is closed this week after reports of several dogs dying after visiting the park. It's suspected the dogs may have been sickened by leptospirosis, a disease commonly associated with rats. As a precaution, the Parks Department says trash cans in the park have been changed to rodent-resistant cans. We're told wood chips will also be replaced, and improvements will be made to the dog run's drainage system.
Hi there, I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Maria LaRosa. Hope you got to enjoy our last mild day for a little while. In fact, that cold air starts to move in this evening under fair skies. We go from above freezing to below freezing very quickly, and in fact, the upper teens and lower 20s by tomorrow morning. On top of that, just enough of a wind by tonight that the wind chills will be in the teens and 20s, and by tomorrow morning, single digits and below zero wind chills. A blustery day tomorrow. We do get a lot more sunshine, but highs don't get really out of the teens, which is where we're going to start off. 19 for the low in the city, 15 in White Plains, teens from Long Island, the shore, a few single digits to the north and west, so bundle up.
What started as two friends catering lunches turned into a movement that swept the city, feeding New Yorkers in need. Now the Migrant Kitchen has set up shop uptown, and New York Live got to swing by for a bite and more.
Our friends at the Migrant Kitchen, who make incredible food and have a beautiful mission, have opened their first ever brick and mortar on the Upper East Side. We're here on 1st Avenue and 74th Street to check it out. Nasser, it's so nice to see you again.
So nice to see you too. Thank you for coming back.
The last time we saw you, you had this kind of ghost kitchen operation down in Financial District, and this is your first official brick and mortar storefront.
That is the first official brick and mortar storefront, one of two. We have one on Lincoln Center coming up, but we just opened on the Upper East Side.
Why did you choose the Upper East Side?
Well, for two reasons. First, we love the fact that we are in a family-friendly neighborhood. Two, we also fed all the healthcare workers, and all the hospitals are like a few blocks away.
So what are you serving here at this location?
We are serving bowls, wraps, and salads. Also, we have family meals. The thing is that we're not doing just your regular Cobb salad or your regular chicken sandwich. We are, of course, incorporating all the flavors of the Migrant Kitchen, the ethos of our model, which is to bring in spices and culinary experiences from various around the world to produce to you what you would have as an American dish, but with different flavors. My favorite right now, the fried chicken sandwich. I always love a good fried chicken sandwich, but I wanted to play with Middle Eastern Latino flavor on this, so we decided to do a fried chicken sandwich with sumac, Persian cucumbers, a garlic whip on a za'atar roll. So this is the halloumi chorizo bowl. Our take on like what a traditional breakfast would be that is also Arab and Latino. The hummus with chimichurri, a classic that stayed with the menu since the beginning. The fattoush salad with feta cheese. The empanadas is what's becoming like a huge hit. Not just in our stores, but even on caterings and on larger orders. We are playing a lot with empanada flavors on the inside. So the lamb, for example, is cooked Middle Eastern style. The sausage, egg and cheese is actually a chorizo egg and cheese.
That's breakfast right there.
And my favorite, a sumac hibiscus lemon cookie.
Nasser, everything is so delicious as always. I love your food and I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on the opening.
Thank you so much for coming to visit us again. You are a gift to all of us. Thank you for coming.
Performances of a long-running off-Broadway whodunit expectedly came to a halt, but not because of COVID. It was a real-life perfect crime that forced the temporary cancellation of the show, coincidentally called Perfect Crime. News 4's Jackie Bedford explains.
While the off-Broadway show has been entertaining audiences for 34 years, it is surviving the pandemic, has 0 COVID cases to date. But the one thing to take the show Perfect Crime out so far has been, well, crime itself.
We have not, thankfully, had any COVID closings at all in Perfect Crime, so it's kind of frustrating. Kind of funny that we are closed by a perfect crime.
A real-life whodunit at a show that's been solving crime for more than 3 decades. Friday began the case of the mysterious missing pipes that closed the city's longest-running play for the first time since the lockdown.
And I realized water's pouring out and there are no pipes. And I suddenly realized that all the pipes have been taken.
Yes, you heard right. Thieves had stolen the theater center's copper pipes.
We canceled everything. We had to cancel 12 shows. We had no water and we had no heat.
GM and longtime Perfect Crime actress Catherine Russell believes they got in through a vacant restaurant next door, which shares the basement.
He's kicking in more than once.
And then a suspected thief returned, shown kicking in the theater's front door now that his previous entrance had been secured.
Well, we're going to get a gate. We've secured locks.
But the damage has already been done for the 11 cast and crew.
It's a lot of shows. Financially, we're really taking a hit.
An industry barely surviving the pandemic, now having to contend with not-so-perfect crime.
I'm hoping that the new administration will pay attention to small business owners like me and understand that we already had challenges trying to reopen after COVID. And to have to deal with this kind of crime is really, really frustrating and financially debilitating.
And Russell says the theater will reopen for performances on Thursday. In Midtown, Jackie Beckford, News 4, New York.
All right, friends, thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.